Yo, 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 what's up, AJ? How you doing, my man?
I'm good. How we doing tonight, bro?
Oh man, just getting ready for some of these football games, man. You know how it is.
Yes, sir. Football
Eh,
season.
Yeah, football season is full effect. For the fantasy football owners, it looks like A Chain is going to be playing tonight. So you might
I
want
know,
to.
but I'm like, how is he gonna be limited? They talking about calf Achilles. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I mean, dude must like, man. On the serious tip, he must really love football because that Achilles ain't nothing to play with. I wouldn't go out there like that, but he must really want to play, or they must really feel they need him. But I just wanted people out there to we Elite 100 football. This is our little chop up session. So hey, we hope that you enjoy the show. The purpose of Elite 100 is we try to cover the regions of Polk, Osceola, Orange, Seminole, Volusia, and Brevard.
Oh,
Not Polk,
Pope
no Polk. Lake, Lake, Orange, Osceola, Volusia, Brevard, and
Seminole.
Seminole. Those areas that we are covering. Eventually, we will probably get down to Polk. Uh, and one of the purposes that we do this is we have a All-Star game, the Elite One All-Star game. We've been doing it now for 4 years, and what we do is we try to give these kids one last opportunity to be seen by other colleges and other college coaches, and hopefully get an education because both of us went to college on athletic scholarships, and both of us have degrees, so we know the importance of that for these young men. Uh, with that being said, run down the social media form.
Social media. We have Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And you can find us at YouTube as well. You can find us at Elite 100 Prospects. The YouTube is slightly different. I believe it's Elite 100 Prospects 6.
Correct. That is definitely what it is. So we look forward to it. If you need to contact us, we're both on social media. We're both on, but you can. But the easiest way is to hit us up on Twitter, and then also, do we have anybody that made any commitments this week?
Um, Hilson, Javion Hilson, he decommitted from Florida this week. So
Yeah.
that
But
looks like,
he didn't commit nowhere else. He just decommitted.
yeah, he just decommitted, but it appears as if the SEC is back in the picture with Alabama, Georgia. So we'll see what happens with him.
Yeah, man. Hey, they always in the picture. Alabama and Georgia until the last day. They always in the picture. All right, man. So we got talk a little bit about week three recap. Uh, we had a week three recap. We had some interesting stuff to really shake off in week three. We really did. Had some really good games. Even throughout the weather. The weather has been definitely a problem here in Central Florida, and it's probably going to be one tomorrow as well. But give the people a little recap of some of the games that we checked out.
Well, one of the games that was high on the charts was IMG Coco. Um, both nationally ranked teams, top teams in the state. Uh, Coco just ran into a buzzsaw. They lost 34-13. Um,
And that speaks volumes. That just goes to show you, like for those who don't know, like we've seen Jones lose to IMG. We've seen other schools lose to IMG. It's just you know they loaded.
it really starts in the trenches.
Right.
Offensive and defensive line play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, it was just a struggle for Brady Hart offensively as far as the pressure was
Correct.
concerned. I believe he threw 3 interceptions, 3 or 4, but he got hit just about every other play. Every play he was getting hit. So
And that's what we all know from football. If you can punish the quarterback, I don't care who he is, Tom Brady, Brady. It doesn't matter who he is. AGYC. The quarterback's better than me, man. Because I swear, after I got hit once, man, I'm telling you, I'm going to the sideline. Because I be like that boxer. Remember that boxer that was getting beat up? He was trying to bite his gloves. Nah, man. But anyway, man, we had some more games. Just even like it was a really good. You know, the other two games I want to touch on, and we'll save the Soul Bowl for last. But Lake Mary against Lakeland, that was a really
yeah,
good game.
That was a very good game. Lake Mary, Lakeland out. That's the game that I attended. I went to, and it started off 7-0 Lakeland, and then we had a weather delay for about an hour and a half. So Lake Mary came back rolling. Lake Mary controlled the game. Honestly, majority of the
should have won. Should have won.
They should have won. They were up. They were up 7 with about a minute 15 to go. They decided to kick a field goal to go up 10, and with a minute 9, a minute 10, that would have been game. Field goal kicker missed the field goal. The very next play, Lakeland 80-yard touchdown pass. Then eventually they go to overtime. Lakeland had the ball first. They scored in overtime first, made the extra point. Lake Mary scores on second down, Isaiah Thomas, and they went for 2. So they said, we home. Let's go for the win. A rollout to the right. Noah really couldn't get a clean rollout. The pressure was on him. An errant pass out of bounds, and that was the ball game. 35-34 Lakeland.
You know what, man? We've 2 weeks in a row now. We've talked about just coach's decision when guys having to go the length of the field at the end of the game. We actually was talking to Tank the other day about TFA and Edgewater. I don't what coverage was they in? I'm just curious.
It was either man or cover 3. Single high. I would like to believe it was cover 3. I don't think that they were running 0. So I would like to believe it was cover 3. I mean, that's in high school football and any kind of football. Cover 3 is a preventive defense for your DBs. Don't get beat deep. So I mean, you could go cover 4, knowing that they need a touchdown. But cover 3, cover 4.
I'm going cover 4. I mean, I wouldn't care if you run it down my throat, you can have it. But I'm keeping everything in front of me, and I might even put somebody 35, 40 yards back. You know, I don't.
My thing with that is when you start to play that prevent defense and you haven't played it all game, all season, that's typically when, you give up those chunk plays. But in that situation, I probably would have played cover 4. I mean, cover 3, cover 4.
What I'm saying is, hey, we still giving up a touchdown. So but shout out to the boys for Lake Mary. Our favorite Lake Mary resident. He'll be on in a second, I'm sure, to make sure that he tells us a little bit about that, because he really is supposed to. Man, forget about it. He's supposed to be sponsoring Game of the Week, so we definitely need to talk of it. So he should have been having a sponsorship for whoever was Player of the Week. And then last but certainly not least, man, we had a little extra high school football on Saturday, the Soul Bowl, and it was a good game. I mean, I'm very proud of Carlos Odom and what he did. Because everybody, was betting that Jones was just going to blow those guys out, and Carlos, was in a situation where he really had a chance to win that game. So I'm very proud of him. What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are that the entire staff, Coach Odom, he's put together a good staff. Coach Hand,
minus Malcolm.
Malcolm
don't count.
Fletch.
Fletch is definitely.
They got a real good staff that speaks the kids' language, so that the kids
good dudes.
They're good dudes, genuine dudes, and the kids can feel it. So it's a reciprocal respect between the players and the kids and the coaches. And they played hard. They lost 21 to 28. But they had the lead at halftime 14-7. And the only points that Jones had in the first half came off of a pick 6 from freshman phenom Dimitri Pryor. But I mean, Evans played a great game. I think it's good for the city, good for the county to see those teams play. And I thought it was a well put together game as far as the game plan by both coaching staffs. And Jones just had enough at the end of the game to win. I think one thing that played a crucial factor in the game was it being a Saturday evening game. So with that being said, pregame I saw Ladaria Pryor, running back for Evans, sweating like it was the third quarter.
Right.
And I knew that could potentially be an issue. I said something to a couple coaches like, hey, y'all might want to get him some extra water.
Right.
And sure enough, fourth quarter, he cramps. And the go-to drive that you need to score, you'll start running.
Yeah.
couldn't play. So that did play a factor. But at the end of the day, Jones held it down and they got the victory.
Yeah, big shout out to Jones, but hey, I'm like once again, because I'm very proud of Coach Odom, and I'm just glad that the Trojans are coming back. So we were at the Lake Mary game. Uh, Polk is really not one of our counties, but so
Yeah,
I would,
I
but
mean,
you could
honestly,
tell us who was the player of the game, and then since we can't probably give a player of the game to the person, the team that lost, let's pick a player of the game for the Jones Evans game to give them a plaque and all that good stuff.
realistically, the player of the week, we don't cover Lakeland,
Right, right.
but Shenard Clower,
Oh,
Clower.
yeah,
Um, the young man went nuts. He had 219 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns, and he also had a kick return that he took to the house. So he had over 340 yards, about 340 yards
yeah.
all purpose, and 3 touchdowns. He single
He
handed.
would easy. He would easily be game. He would easily be if we were covering that county, we wouldn't even be having a conversation.
Yeah, so
We wouldn't even
he,
yeah. So
he, he stood on business as a youngin say nowadays. But if we had to give a player of the week, with the games that we went to, I guess it would have to go to uh
freshman, because believe it or not, just imagine if it was 14-0. That to me that's a big play. It kept them in the game. Like
yeah,
14-0 makes a difference.
yeah. I mean, you either have to go to him or Vernell Brown. I seen a couple different stat lines. One stat line I saw had 11 catches for 144 yards and a touchdown. But I also saw another stat line that said 11 catches, 85 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I would, personally, if it was my vote to go to the freshman, because freshmen ain't supposed to be doing that, bro.
hey, he
That's
not no normal freshman,
right. They ain't
man.
supposed to be doing that. But now we know. But what I'm saying is that the thing about that was a huge play. I mean, because there's a big difference being down halftime 14-0 versus 14-7. It's a
Right.
huge difference.
And
You know,
that score was actually the first strike. So it was 7-0 with that
yeah.
interception. So that was a big play for Jones. But I do want to give a special shout out to Devontae Grant,
Oh, yeah.
defensive back, athlete at Evans. He had 11 tackles. He had an interception. He played everywhere. He was at wide receiver. He's a field goal holder, um, cornerback. He had an interception at safety. So I did want to give him a shout out here. He played a terrific game in the
Yeah,
losing.
shout out to our boy, man. Uh, you know that's another reason. If he played a good game and he did all that, Vernell played a good game, he did all that. But we expect that from him. That freshman, we don't expect that. But proud of Tay. We call him Tay. Proud of Tay. Doing what he's supposed to be doing. A lot of coaches. He's going to be a hell of a football player. A lot of coaches are sleeping on him. We definitely hope that he gets the recruitment that he deserves. All right. So hey, man, that takes care of that week, man. We going back now. We going into week 4, our top 10. You ready for that? Let's see what we got. Who? We'll go with our guys that are on they're a little bit out. They're not in. Let's start off with those guys.
Yeah, looking at those honorable mention teams or the next
Right.
teams up, it's gonna
Right.
be Bishop Moore, strong Bishop Moore team. They just beat Bartow. You got Leesburg, you got Apopka, you got D-Land, and you got Winter Park. So it's a good mixture of
Hey man. Hey,
late. You got
hey
some a
man.
little bit of everything.
Hey man. At the end of the day, I would say one thing. That Apopka defense is biting. Hey man. Hey bro. Hey man. They don't. Hey man. I'm telling people, man. I don't know if we've seen this before, and they're not like it's not like they're like the old Wakava team or the old I see like where they have all these Power 5 guys on defense. I mean that's a direct reflection of coaching. So big shout out to those guys. Obviously, the offense is gonna have to come along for them to do some work. But man, they like teams leave them and like that we were talking about that last week. They scoring 50 against other teams and they come to Popka and they barely get one touchdown.
Yeah, so Apopka defense is legit. I mean, I
Yeah,
can't say nothing
yeah,
about it. I do know that Friday the weather played a factor. Um, like always at the beginning of the football season in Florida. So there was another weather delay,
Right.
and then the field sloppy. So we could say what we want to say, but at the end of the day, uh, DP scored that first touchdown, and then it was a struggle from then on for
Yeah,
them to
you
get.
you you better get up on a Popka. That's all we
Yeah,
saying. You bet
yeah,
you better. But you know what? Historically, that's been the thing. You have to get up on a Popka, no matter what. Even going back for the last 15, 20 years. If you let them get up, you in trouble.
yeah, because you let them run that dart offense.
Right.
You want to get
Right.
them out of that run game, and you want to get them to pass. So if you can get up on the pocket by 2 scores,
Right.
that gives you a better chance of winning that ball game, obviously.
Definitely, definitely. Hey, man. So, uh, one of the things, man, we talked about that. So, who do we have at number 10?
Number 10, we're looking at a strong Spruce Creek team out of Volusia County. Um, they're making a lot of noise. They got a big game this week. They got to go to Camden County and see Coach Rowland. He's
Yeah.
familiar with a lot of those kids when he was coaching at Mainland as well
Yeah.
as at Flagler Palm Coast. So
Correct.
that's an interesting matchup. At number 9, we got E. Galley. They got Satellite this week. That's a Brevard County matchup. But EG, that's a real strong, talented team. Um,
Facts.
at the 8th spot, you're looking at Edgewater Eagles, one of the premier programs in Orange County in Central Florida. Had undefeated regular seasons the last 2 years and lost to the team that they had to play this weekend, Jones Tigers in the Camping World. Number 7, you got University Orange Center. That's a good team, man. That's a real good team. A lot of senior leadership. They have an in-county matchup with Deltona that they should handle pretty easily.
Right.
Number 6, you got TFA with a private school matchup with Melbourne Central Catholic. TFA should overpower them. Then
Easy.
number 5 spot, you got DP playing a district match. Is it a district matchup?
District matchup with Ocoee.
With Ocoee. So always good ball games between those two ball clubs. So we'll see what happens with that. Number 4, you got Seminole, Bo-Key stand up. They got a real tough matchup coming. They're at the house, they at the crib, but they have Monarch coming
Yeah.
from down south, and Monarch has a plethora of athletes. So we'll see how that
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah,
Number
Monarch
3
just Monarch
spot,
just beat somebody pretty good too. I forgot who it was. They beat somebody that everybody knows.
yeah, interesting thing with Monarch is to see if Jabari Brady, the wide receiver, he transferred back to Monarch, but I'm not sure if he's going to be eligible to play this game here. I think he got to sit out a game or two before he's eligible.
Yep. All right. So
Um,
number 3.
number 3, these teams actually flip flop from last week. Lake Mary at the 3 spot. Yeah. You ever
Yeah.
heard of an impressive loss?
No, because they should have won, and they played probably one of the tougher teams in the state. So, that's very impressive, and your boy might be on to something. They might have a shot this year. Your boy might be on to something.
Lake Mary definitely has a shot to make a state champion, a state title run for sure. Number 2, we got Jones High School, another premier team in Orange County. Like I said, they have Edgewater this weekend, this Saturday. And then at the number 1 spot, we have Cocoa. Cocoa did lose to IMG, but realistically, IMG
We had that just so if you're new to the show, we
team.
want to make sure y'all understand. If you're new to the show, and we like our thinking is always whoever's behind that number 1 team, and they play team like IMG or St. Francis, would you have beaten them? And
Yeah.
our answer to that is I don't think IMG loses at home anyway, but that's a tough IMG team. They
Like we'll fault a team for a loss, but
it's
when you
hard against
talk about
IMG.
a
Right.
national powerhouse, a national top 10, top 20 team, like Lakeland is a national top 10 team. IMG is a national top 10, not in the state. We talking
In the
about
country.
national, all
Right.
50 states. So like you put it in perspective, who
And
else gonna
we know IMG. If you're gonna beat them, you better be the first team, the first game of the season.
And
after that,
that's the first game of the season.
after that they always loaded. So shout out to my uncle Terrence Flagler over there at IMG as a coach. Uh, but no, man, we can't really punish Coco for that one. So it stayed. We definitely agree with that. We've historically always done that. Like even when Jones lost to when they went to DC and everybody was like, we like, hey, that that we kept them where they were. So
Yeah, both
uh,
years when they lost to St. Francis and when they lost to
at the time,
Duncanville.
and then they lost to IMG one year too. So we historically about that. So all right then. So hey, that takes care of that. So now we brings to my favorite part of the show.
Pick'ems.
We
Let's
got our
do it.
pick. Favorite part of the show. Hey man, you normally keep track of where we at, man. I don't never keep track. You don't have to tell us this week, but next week, we'll see
No,
where we at.
I mean, it was really like the first week. I mean, you was on money this week. You was 8-0. I was 6-2. You took IMG and they beat Coco.
Yeah,
We both took Jones. But the surprise of the week, upset of the week, was St. Cloud losing to Ponciana. Want to give a shout out to Coach Mallard over there at Ponciana.
yeah,
Have those guys undefeated right now.
yeah. I told you,
Um,
man. I like the little young bull, man. I think he's a hell of a player, and hopefully we can get him to be in our game.
yeah, because he ain't no young bull no more. That boy is
Mm,
senior.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, Cam Brown, Ernest Nunn, and crew, they got the victory against St. Cloud. Lakeland, we both picked that one. Leesburg, we both picked that one. D-Land, we both picked that one. We both picked DP, and we both picked Seminole. So the two toss ups were Coco, IMG, St. Cloud, Ponciana, and you got them all right last week.
Yeah, that was the real toss up. The real toss up was only that Ponce and the St. Cloud. That's a toss up. IMG, I think uh, we know that Coco has the talent, or like as far as the skill positions, but but it like you said, it's those trenches. That's hard. Colorado's struggling with that right now, and no matter what level of football you're in, the trenches are important. So who we got this week, man? And for those who know, we usually pick games for each county that we represent.
Yes, sir. So let's do it. Um, let's start with Seminole County. We got a couple Seminole County matchups, but we'll start Seminole County. We got Oviedo versus Lyman. Oviedo is not no chump team. A
No,
good ball club. But I'm gonna go with Lyman. I think Coach Jones got those boys ready. They just took a loss last week to Seminole, so they should have a nasty taste in their mouth, ready to get back on the field tomorrow. So I'm gonna go with Lyman.
they 0-2, correct?
2-1.
No, they 2-1. They beat Lake Nona.
Yes.
Okay, okay, yeah.
No. They're 1-2. You're right,
Right,
because
right.
they
Yeah,
lost to Toho.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I say Lake Nona because I'm thinking about Diesel. But yeah, but no, man. Coach Jones is a good guy. I haven't really checked Oviedo out, but this year, but Oviedo has always been historically a pretty tough team and a tough matchup. But I'm gonna go with Lyman as well.
All right. Next up, we got Spruce Creek versus Camden County. I'm gonna let you pick first. We'll alternate.
That's
So I
fine.
don't feel like you picking
I'm
the pick.
I'm gonna go with Spruce Creek.
You
I
gonna
think
go
that
Spruce?
yeah, I'm gonna go with Spruce because I feel that Trav is still bringing in their new offense and new everything else. And as much as Trav knows those guys know Trav too. So I think that, Trav next year Camden County will probably be back where it's at. But as far as this year, I'm gonna go with Spruce Creek.
No, I'm with you. They hired Coach Rowland after 10-4 season, so it wasn't like they went 4-6.
Right.
But I'm still going with Spruce Creek. I just think that the Florida boys are gonna go to Georgia and hold it down. So I'm gonna take Spruce Creek as well. Next up, we got Vanguard versus Leesburg. This is a very, very interesting matchup. Vanguard is a state powerhouse, perennial team in Marion County. But I like what Leesburg got going on. I think Frank Scott, he has inherited a very good situation for him. And Leesburg, I like Leesburg.
Yeah, it's gonna be that's kind of a pick'em game. That is one of the games that definitely because historically, Marion County Vanguard has historically had the top players in the state play for them. But I am definitely going with Frank as well. I just think Frank finally has a team that he has some pieces.
You
He's
saying you said definitely. Don't let Farmer hear that.
Yeah, Farmer's my dude, but I'm definitely going Frank because I think that because quite frankly, Farmer A1 state, and he done had probably, he my guy, but golly, man, at some point you got to win with all them goons. But our boy has never actually had a chance. Coach Scott has never really had a bunch of dogs. I mean, like he really has some good players right now. So, and the game's in Leesburg, correct?
I believe so. Yep.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking Frank. I think he got his mojo. Those kids are doing well for him, and I'm very happy for him.
All right. Let me just make sure. Yes, at Leesburg. All right. Next up, we got another rivalry, so to speak. This is the 101 meeting of these two teams, Osceola versus St. Cloud. Osceola run Osceola County, and
No. It's my pick now. I'm gonna pick first.
Go ahead now.
I'm gonna choose Osceola, and you can tell anybody this. If they don't win, EP got to see me. I'm just telling you. I'm gonna go get some Chad. I'm going to Osceola. I'm gonna get some food from Chad Masco.
Mama Man's Kitchen.
I'm going over there and
Smoke something barbecue.
Smoke something, and I'm gonna smoke EP ass. Excuse me, I'm gonna smoke EP if they lose. But who you got?
Yeah, we both gonna go with Osceola. No disrespect to St. Cloud Quality Ball Club, but I like Osceola to win that.
Yeah, Osceola I think is back this year, so we're gonna see.
Yep. Next up, we have Ocoee DP. You up first?
No, I was up last. I just did Osceola. You up?
Okay.
Yeah, don't try.
I'm taking DP. I love everything about DP offense. I love all of the schemes they have. Stanley, everybody over there. Kel, Kai, Cameron.
I love them all too, man. So I get it. I just know that if there was any Ocoee people on the line, they're gonna be real hot at you right now. But I'm gonna pick the upset, man. I'm gonna take Ocoee. I'll pick the upset only really to make honestly. Like I'm just being honest.
Don't do that. I don't want you to do that.
I gotta do it because my son played at Ocoee, so it's like one of those things. So I'm gonna be for Ocoee every game. Like unless it's just at least if it's a toss up. Now if they finna get bashed, then it is what it is. But I think that this will be a good game. It's gonna be raining, which I think benefits Ocoee if it does. And now the sad part is. I'm over there with hell. I would be going to the game with Coach Wells. So it's like I really like it's one that I really don't want to pick because both of those guys are truly my friends, Coach Buck and Coach Wells. And matter of fact, now I think about it, Wells believes LeBron is the GOAT, so I'm with Buck anyway, so we good. Yeah, I forgot.
I'm riding with Wells.
Yeah, that just because of that. So we will see it, and we'll be together on Saturday, me and Will, smoking cigars, eating. But I'm gonna go with Ocoee. I got to go where my son played. Can't go against him.
Let's go Cocoa Heritage, another Brevard County matchup. Two quality teams, but I like Cocoa to win this game by at least 2 to 3 scores. Two scores.
Are you putting the 2 scores up, or are you just saying so if they don't win by 2 scores, you lose? Or you give yourself points?
No.
Are you just talking?
It's just like when you do the prediction and they give you a strong confidence.
I get it. Well, you didn't introduce me to the world of betting, so man, I'm trying to figure little things out, But
it's a confident bet. This one of them single picks that you put 2, 3, 400 on. This one of them.
Right. Because it was something today. Like they got Texas State 2.5, and I'm sitting there like minus 2.5, but they saying that the Arizona State supposed to win. So I'm just like I'm confused, But anyway, I'm like that blew my mind. So I was gonna ask you about that, but no, man. Cocoa is gonna have a bad taste in their mouth, and Heritage probably would not have preferred to play them this weekend. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
Coco
definitely go with
Clemson.
Coco. Yeah, they
Yeah,
they got a bad taste in their mouth.
yeah, you're right. They're probably gonna be 3 scores.
Yeah, I'm thinking that myself.
Next up we have. All right, so then the 2 games that I'll be attending this week, we got Seminole versus Monarch, or Monarch versus Seminole. Monarch has to take the drive up to Seminole. Last time I saw Seminole play a Brevard County team, it was Chaminade, Madonna
You
3 years
you
ago.
mean you mean Broward County, correct?
Broward County, yeah, that's what I thought I
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
But last time we saw them play a Broward County team, they lost to Chaminade, and I think that a similar story will happen this week. I love Seminole, but Monarch has a lot of talent, and I'm talking big talent, like 6'3", 200-pound receiver, 6'4", 195-pound receiver. Like, I just don't know if Seminole has enough muscles in the trenches to deal with Monarch in the trenches. Monarch offensive line and defensive line will be bigger than Seminole, and I think that will be the deciding factor in the ball game.
Well, once again, I I let's make sure this is a tough one because I definitely agree with you on Monarch. Real talk. I mean, but today sometimes like hey, like in my betting, you don't want to know. I be betting some stuff. AJ be like, he's like, how the hell did that happen? He's like, you're going against all the rules. And I'm telling y'all, I'm finna go against the rules. I'm gonna take Bo Key because it's Jimmy Horn Jr. birthday today. So I can't not go with anything Bo Key today. It's Jimmy Horn Jr. birthday. A shout out to Jimmy. I already wished him happy birthday. Told him I love him. Hopefully he has a huge game this weekend. But I'm gonna go with Bo Key. I'm gonna say they're at home and they're gonna make things happen. Now I'm gonna tell you now, that's hedged. Now, if your boy play, let's make sure that we clear. If your
If
boy
Brady
play,
plays,
yeah,
yeah,
man, I'm telling you now, I'm flipping my bet, but I just want to make sure we clear because
I don't
that's
think
almost like cheating. That's almost like cheating if he could play. But
I don't think he's eligible to play.
man, with these new rules, I thought you
But
could you
yeah,
could
like you
play.
said, with these
I,
new
yeah,
rules,
I thought it was you got 5 days. Like if you leave on if he didn't play last week, he could play
I
this
thought it
week.
was 5 practices.
That's so. I thought it was 5 days. I guess it might be 5 practices, but it's something to that
Because
effect.
I heard some teams using like the pregame warm up on Friday, count that as a practice.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Right, like technically. So I get it. So like it's kind of weird how it's going down, but I definitely get it, man. So, uh, like I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give Bo Key a shot. I feel like it's just that kind of weekend. Jimmy Horn got to have a great weekend. It's just he can't have a great weekend if Bo Key loses. Then he got to play well on Saturday. So I'm gonna go with Bo Key. Oh, it's
You know,
AJ. It's a -3 now.
-3 for who? Texas State -3.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. But they're saying Arizona State has a 6% chance. They like 70% to win. So
Yeah,
and for those
I'm taking
who
them
don't
points.
know, I went to Texas State. So and what's crazy is one of the guys I pledged, his son is a starting tackle for for Arizona. So he's coming home and all that. But man, -3, that +3 Arizona
Hey
State.
man,
Come on, man.
one thing I taught you when it's time to earn that money, we take
Yeah,
the
no
emotions
loyalty.
out.
Yeah, you
I ain't
talking
no
about that.
damn loyalty. I bet my ass on Boston College every
Yeah,
day of the
yeah,
year if it was
yeah.
some money on the line. So
Yeah, we had that conversation. Like, hey, and that's why I be struggling in fantasy because I got that's why I quit picking Cowboys because I be in there picking I be picking teams. I don't want to pick a team against the Cowboys, so you know how I go. So who's the last game we got?
last game, man, we got the matchup Orange County everybody want to see. Two powerhouses, Edgewater Jones. It's in Camping World. Jones typically turns up about 2 to 3 notches in Camping World.
Yeah,
Um, it's your pick first, though. My bad.
yeah. Well, it don't matter. We both gonna pick the same. Like some of these don't matter.
You
I
don't
can sit
know.
here. I can sit,
I went to
I'll
Edgewater.
tell you
I
what. I'll
might
tell you
have
what.
some
No, you
emotion in
you
this
just
one.
no. The thing about you bet like a gambler. So you gonna pick who you really want. You ain't gonna be on no side of no sentimental stuff. So I'm going Jones High, especially because I don't think they like how that Soul Bowl turned out. They like. I don't think that they. I think they have a real problem with how that. So I think those boys are gonna be fired up. They're gonna want to show the city that hey, they still run Orange County. So I'm picking. I'm picking Jones to win, and I'm gonna say Jones by 7.
All right, I can respect that. Um, Being a former Edgewater Eagle, I already know I'm gonna catch heat.
Oh yeah,
But I'm a roll with Jones. I
I know
just think
you.
that
I know it.
I
Like I
think
said,
Jones is a. I just think that at this point of the season, after week 3, going into week 4, I think that Jones has showed me a little more. So I just think that they're a little more. They're a little better complete team. So I'm gonna go with Jones. Plus, like I said, when they in Camping World, that is a
hey,
different team.
they tighten up because that game is what time is that game?
4 o'clock or something like that.
Or it's a 4 o'clock game on
I
tomorrow,
don't know what time the
or
game.
is
I
it
ain't gonna
Saturday?
It's Saturday. It's
Yeah,
Saturday.
yeah, I'm gonna miss them because Assad them playing, so I'm gonna miss them.
It's Saturday at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss them because I can't do it. But I tell you what, we can definitely do like a couple of these college picks just to be on the safe side for this week because they got a couple of good, interesting games coming up, man. So I'm gonna ask you tonight: Texas State or Arizona State, the -3. Who you got?
I got to take that +3 with Arizona
Arizona
State.
State.
It was
Me
a
too,
pick 'em
man.
this morning when I woke up. Now it's
Me too, man.
-3. Like no way.
Yeah, for
And
all my
for
all
betting purposes, when a lot of the country is going on one side, that's not a good sign. So just
yeah,
like college game day, whenever you see Lee Corso and all of them pick the same, when everybody got the same team to win, that team normally lose.
all right. Well, then we gonna do it like this too. You went to Boston College, so we'll choose one of we'll go over the Florida teams and we'll go over Boston College and Colorado. So Florida wise, you got Florida State against Memphis. Who you got?
Florida State with the bounce back.
Man, I'm taking Memphis. Memphis is actually pretty good. I'm taking Memphis, bro. You got to remember too, Memphis gonna be a little ready because that's where he came from.
That's where Norvell came from. Yeah. So I
Yes,
just
they're
don't
gonna be.
see it's gonna be too that, and that's why I'm going Florida State. It's too personal for Norvell, man.
Hey man, I'm taking Memphis, man. I just think that have you seen Memphis play?
I have Michelle
Yeah,
Memphis
man.
been good for
I'm
last
trying to
couple of
tell you,
years.
I like Memphis, so I'm gonna go with Memphis. Let's see.
Hold
We
on,
got.
hold on. Let me write this down. You said Memphis. All right.
I'm gonna go with Memphis. I'm gonna definitely go with Memphis. Boston College versus Missouri.
Man, that ain't fair, man. That ain't even right, man.
Well, it's 18. It's 18 points.
Yeah, exactly. So like I'm obviously gonna say Missouri.
Oh no, no.
Yeah,
Since anything under 7, let's do the points. So all right, with the 18 points, Boston College, Missouri.
oh, I'm taking them 18.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna take them
I
18
gotta
as well.
take 18.
All right, so we're on the same
You
page. We're on the same. Just because that's not Notre Dame and Purdue. Give you. I'm just joking. Do you have Miami, Ball State? We won't even do that one. And then Colorado State. That's a
man, Brian, man, look, man. Colorado, boy, they act funny with my money, dog. And they
hey.
done
I
messed
have
me
a
with
one. Hey,
the
they done messed me. You can tell. Hey, boy, they messed me up on a parlay. But
yeah, I got no faith in them folk, bro. I
yeah,
got
but
no faith in them folk at all.
yeah.
When it comes to Colorado, I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. I ain't betting on their games, bro. Until I see different, I can't bet on that team, bro. I just feel like I'm throwing my money away.
We're not
But
gonna bet.
if I
We
had to
just
pick
pick
between the two,
right.
my silly ass still gonna pick Colorado.
Yeah, we just talked about for a win. I'm picking Colorado. For, those who know my son plays there, but I'm telling you right now, if they cannot afford to lose this game. Everybody think it's crazy. If they lose this game, people gonna lose their mind. So I know that those guys were like I told everybody else. The defense ain't as bad as everybody thinks. You had a pick six, and then you had a 4th and 1 that they converted into a
Yeah,
touchdown. That's
defense
14.
still on business.
That's
I
14
can't even
points.
be mad. I took a live bet plus 18 and a half and they cover. So I mean, they lost my bet, but I was able to recoup with a live bet. Thank God.
Yeah, man, them live bets, hey man, I tell people all the time, they will let you recover. So man, so with that being said, man, I appreciate it. It's always fun. You wrote down all the picks, so we'll talk about them next week. Anything else you got to tell the people? Oh, I forgot to play. Well, I ain't gonna play it this week. I'll play it next week. Anything else you forgot to tell the people?
Nah, man, stay safe, stay blessed.
All
That's
right,
about it.
everybody, be good. Peace out. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
Peace.